Welcome to this live chat facility tutorial. We have had a lot of questions recently about the chat facility and how to use it, so let's get into the video. The chat facility is built with students in mind, with a tool that doesn't need to be parent or teacher led. Each of our pages are linked to the person behind the broadcast, even after it's finished, so you can always ask your questions and get a response about the broadcast. So, let's have a look at how to use the chat facility. To use the chat facility, the first thing to do is to type your comment or question into the chat box. You can now enter your screen name. Your screen name will show when you type your question or comment. Now you will see the chat facility ask for your email address. As I mentioned before, each of our pages are linked to people from the organisation who can reply to your questions. You can enter your email address, which will not be shared with anyone, to get a direct response from the people behind the broadcast. If you do not want a direct response, then click the button at the bottom. People behind the broadcast can still respond to you if you don't provide your email address. This just means you may have to come back to the page to check the response. To type your question, simply click on the chat box. You will then see two symbols appear. The @ symbol will mean your comment or question will be posted publicly for others to see. The email symbol means your comment or question can be sent directly to the person of your choice from the list that will appear. You can now speak to the people behind the broadcast and ask any questions you may have, or check out our partner pages to see the companies we work with who you can speak to right now about their current vacancies. You can also check out our careers page, which connects you to employers. Our live chat service is linked 24/7 to employers from a wide range of sectors, all waiting to hear from you. You can leave a question about how to produce a professional CV or how to prepare for interviews, anything work related, and one of our businesses will respond to you directly. You can also access a wide variety of live interactive broadcasts and video on demand with the live chat support on all pages. Now this bit is for the parents, guardians and teachers. The best bit about the live chat facility is that it is completely moderated, so you don't need to worry if your young person leaves a silly comment, as it will only show on their screen and no one else's. Another great thing about the chat facility is that it is GDPR protected, so no information is shared with anyone else. We will protect all email addresses and will never share personal information of the young people. If you have any questions about the chat facility or the Learn Live channel, please use the email us icon at the top of the page. Thank you, stay safe and stay tuned. Welcome to this live chat facility tutorial. We have had a lot of questions recently about the chat facility and how to use it, so let's get into the video. The chat facility is built with students in mind, with a tool that doesn't need to be parent or teacher led. Each of our pages are linked to the person behind the broadcast, even after it's finished, so you can always ask your questions and get a response about the broadcast. So, let's have a look at how to use the chat facility. To use the chat facility, the first thing to do is to type your comment or question into the chat box. You can now enter your screen name. Your screen name will show when you type your question or comment. Now you will see the chat facility ask for your email address. As I mentioned before, each of our pages are linked to people from the organisation who can reply to your questions. You can enter your email address, which will not be shared with anyone, to get a direct response from the people behind the broadcast. If you do not want a direct response, then click the button at the bottom. People behind the broadcast can still respond to you if you don't provide your email address. This just means you may have to come back to the page to check the response. To type your question, simply click on the chat box. You will then see two symbols appear. The @ symbol will mean your comment or question will be posted publicly for others to see. The email symbol means your comment or question can be sent directly to the person of your choice from the list that will appear. You can now speak to the people behind the broadcast and ask any questions you may have, or check out our partner pages to see the companies we work with who you can speak to right now about their current vacancies. You can also check out our careers page, which connects you to employers. Our live chat service is linked 24/7 to employers from a wide range of sectors, all waiting to hear from you. You can leave a question about how to produce a professional CV or how to prepare for interviews, anything work related, and one of our businesses will respond to you directly. You can also access a wide variety of live interactive broadcasts and video on demand with the live chat support on all pages. Now, this bit is for the parents, guardians, and teachers. The best bit about the live chat facility is that it is completely moderated, so you don't need to worry if your young person leaves a silly comment, as it will only show on their screen and no one else's. Another great thing about the chat facility is that it is GDPR protected, so no information is shared with anyone else. We will protect all email addresses and will never share personal information of the young people. If you have any questions about the chat facility or the Learn Live channel, please use the email us icon at the top of the page. Thank you, stay safe and stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to the Learn Live channel, International Careers Week. Today, we are with the Environment Agency for another episode of their week-long broadcast about all things careers. We are kicking off today finding out all about the different career opportunities within the Environment Agency and what is out there waiting for you. But first, before we begin, please remember that if you have any questions, please use the live chat next to the video player. If you leave a question on the chat, one of our speakers will get back to you as soon as possible. So now, I'll be handing over the rest of the broadcast to Pam Reynolds, the Education to Professions Advisor at the Environment Agency. Over to you, Pam.
Careers Day. In today's session, my colleague Sarah Dix will be talking to you and giving you some hints and tips for a career in the Environment Agency. And she'll be going over some key points, such as how recruitment in the Environment Agency works, how to stand out in an interview, interview skills to land a job in the Environment Agency, and the key ingredient is passion. Passion for the job that you're applying for and the role that you'll be undertaking. Who are we? The Environment Agency is a government agency established in 1996 to protect and improve the environment. We have around 10,600 employees working across England. And one of the benefits of working for the Environment Agency is that not only can you work in the field or work in the office or have a job which is a mixture of the two, we also have jobs where you are called national roles, where you work across England. You tend to be based at home and there's a bit more travel involved. So there's a real mixture of jobs in the Environment Agency. What do? We work to create better places for people and wildlife and support sustainable development. Within England, we're responsible for regulating major industry and waste treatment of contaminated land, water quality and resources, fisheries, inland river, estuary and harbour navigations, conservation and ecology. We're also responsible for managing the risk of flooding from main rivers, reservoirs, estuaries and the sea. And if you come and work for us, you'll be part of creating this climate resilient nation. What are our priorities? Our priorities are to work with businesses and other organisations to manage the use of resources, increase the resilience of people, property and businesses to the risks of flood and coastal erosion, protect and improving water, land and biodiversity, improve the way we work as a regulator to protect people and the environment and support sustainable growth. These talks this week are generally around career entry opportunities, but once you're working in the Environment Agency, there are so many opportunities and so many different areas you can work in. So as you can see from the slide, areas include nuclear, which you might not have thought of when you think about the Environment Agency, finance, marketing and communication, flood resilience, climate change and business, sustainability, research, field operations, hydrology and telemetry, even legal. So once you're in, the world is your oyster. There's so many opportunities to move around and develop and progress. There really is. Okay, so what career entry opportunities do we actually offer? Career entry opportunities include apprenticeships, internships and industry placements, environment officer training placements, civil engineering Quest scholarship, funded flood and coastal engineering foundation degree, bachelor degree and master's degree places, and the graduate engineer training program. Apprenticeships. An apprenticeship is a job with training and allows the apprentice to combine work and study by mixing on-the-job training and learning. So here is an example of some of the apprenticeships that we run here at the Environment Agency. We have a level 3 business administration, a level 3 assistant scientist, and then we have some higher level apprenticeships such as the environmental practitioner, science industry plant and process engineer, which is also known as a chemical engineer, and a civil engineering apprenticeship as well. Internships and industry placements. Here at the Environment Agency, an internship is a period of work-based experience, usually lasting 10 to 15 weeks. And an industry placement, or sandwich year, as you might know it as, is a 12-month to 54-week placement that counts towards a degree course. These placements are specifically aimed at undergraduates and new or recent graduates who have graduated in the past 2 years from a university or a college with at least a degree or foundation degree qualification. Recent internships and industry placement opportunities that we've advertised have included engineering, science and the environment, and business and communication. You now have the opportunity to meet some of our interns and industry placements and get a feel for how their experience went here at the Environment Agency and what it has led to. I know one of them has now got a full-time post here at the Environment Agency. So you never know where an internship or an industry placement will lead when you come and work for the Environment Agency. Graduate opportunities. Civil Engineering Quest Scholarship. We're looking for students starting an ICE or Institute of Civil Engineering accredited civil engineering degree in the autumn. This is around September. A Quest undergraduate scholar could receive paid work placements every summer for the duration of their civil engineering degree. Potential for a full-time job with a leading civil engineering or construction company on graduation. And experience, knowledge and the badge of the Institute of Civil Engineering Quest Scholar. It's really good for your CV and your career, and especially if you want to become an incorporated or chartered engineer. To find out more information about the Quest Scholarship, you actually need to go to the ice.org.uk/Quest link, and they tend to recruit or begin recruiting around March, April. You will now have an opportunity to meet some of our scholars and graduates who are currently working at the Environment Agency and get a real feel for the work that they're doing and why they came to the Environment Agency and chose us and where they plan to their aspirations for the future as well. So enjoy. Slide 14, Flood and Coastal Engineering Foundation Degree, BSc and MSc opportunities. Here at the Environment Agency, we provide undergraduate and postgraduate work-based learning programmes in partnership with Brunel University London and HR Wallingford. We'll pay for the tuition fees, saving students £9,250 per year, and students on a foundation degree and BSc also get an allowance of £1,000 a month, exempt from tax and national insurance while you're on training placements. For more information about these opportunities, visit the Brunel University website, which is brunel.ac.uk/flood and coastal engineering, or you can email the Environment Agency directly, emailing face@environment-agency.gov.uk. Graduate Engineer Training Programmes. We're looking for graduates every year with an MEng degree in civil engineering or equivalent. It's also essential that the degree is accredited by the Joint Board of Moderators, JBM, satisfying the academic requirements of becoming a chartered engineer. We offer a very competitive package with a range of benefits and the opportunity to make a real difference to the environment. And in addition, we offer flexi time and helping you to achieve your work-life balance. We advertise these on the Environment Agency website, or you can, and through our job site, which we'll find out at the end of the broadcast, or you can email gradengineers@environment-agency.gov.uk. Environment officers. So being an environment officer is one of the most important roles at the Environment Agency. Environment officers regulate everything from waste management sites to farms and other agricultural land management activities across a range of urban and rural sites, all of which may impact on the local environment. If you come and work with us at the Environment Agency as an environment officer, you will receive the necessary training and development to ensure that you have the skills needed to perform the role of an environment officer to a very high standard. This will include a mixture of job training, mentoring, e-learning, and some structured classroom-based learning sessions, which overall take about 18 months to complete. You will now have the opportunity to meet some of our very own environment officers and learn why they chose to come and work for the Environment Agency as environment officers, the kind of training that they've undergone, and what they hope to achieve and moving forward in their careers. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Paul Cross and I work for the Environment Agency. My role for the Environment Agency is all about people, skills and talent. It ranges from trying to attract the brightest minds of tomorrow to consider a career with the organisation and within the wider water and environmental management sector, and also building and maintaining the skills and capability of the existing workforce across the organisation. I've been working for the Environment Agency for around 16 years. I left university with a geography degree and a real passion for environmental management. What I didn't leave university with was a clear direction around which precise discipline within environmental management that I wanted to work in. So I chose to come and work for the Environment Agency. The Environment Agency covers every aspect of water and environmental management, and I personally felt that it was an organisation where I could find the right route for me. I believe the Environment Agency is an outstanding employer, and I'd have no hesitations to recommend the organisation to you. I believe the organisation's strength is within its culture, and for me, the Environment Agency is inclusive, it's very supportive, it provides me with the flexibility that I need to balance both work and life, and also provides me with the time and space to grow and develop as an individual, as a professional, to be the best I can be. I've received so many opportunities to develop and grow whilst working for the Environment Agency. Whilst working here, I've been sponsored to go and complete a Master's in Water and Environmental Management. I've also been sponsored and fully supported to become a Chartered Water and Environmental Manager and a Chartered Scientist. And even now I'm being sponsored to complete an MBA with Hertfordshire Business School. And when I reflect on my career as well, I've had the real ability to move around different teams and departments. Started my career in planning and development and moved across into flood warning and incident management. I've also carried out project management, civil engineering work. And in the latter stages of my career, I've been working at a national level, dealing with national stakeholders, MP engagement. And now I find myself leading workforce development for the organisation. So I think this really demonstrates the ability that you have as an individual working for the organisation to have real diversity in the career path that you follow. And it also demonstrates the organisation's willingness to invest in individuals to grow and to develop and to become the best they can be. My aspirations for the future are all grounded in the climate emergency that we're facing. The planet is facing its biggest challenge that we've ever experienced, and I feel compelled to attract the brightest minds to consider a career within water and environmental management, and also compelled to ensure that my work develops a workforce that is capable of embracing the challenges of today, tomorrow, and the future. I would highly recommend working for the Environment Agency. If you're passionate about the world in which we live and protecting and enhancing the environment, then this is the place for you. It doesn't matter whether you want to become a project manager, a civil engineer, a scientist, a water and environmental manager, or whether your passion lies in finance and business management. There is a home for you here. So if you want to make a difference to the world in which you live, then please do consider a career working for the Environment Agency.
Hi, I'm Sarah Dix. I'm the Workforce Planning Specialist at the Environment Agency in the Thames region. So in a nutshell, what my job is, making sure that we have the right people in the right place at the right time with the right skills. So I'm here today just to give you some top tips on applying for the Environment Agency and how to stand out. The first thing I want to do is just talk a little bit about us as an organisation. So what we really do is we make a difference to people's lives, businesses and wildlife. Anything that has an impact on us with regards to environmental, that's where we come in. There are huge benefits to working for the organisation. Their top priority is our mental health, safety and well-being. There's lots of support there, and that has really shone while we've been in lockdown. You know, we've had weekly updates from our chief executive. Parents have been supported with caring for their children. It's just been second to none. There's a fantastic pet pension, career development opportunities, flexible working hours. It's endless. So the first thing I want to say is when you apply for the Environment Agency, you need to answer capability-based questions. So the advice I'm going to give you is to follow the STAR technique. So STAR stands for S is situation. So set the scene. T is task. So describe the purpose. A is action. Explain what you did, and then R is the result, so share the outcome. And what we're looking for is when I've interviewed people, if you talk about examples that you're really passionate about, that really comes across quite naturally and it draws us in. So you really tell a story when you talk about things that you're passionate about. The second top tip I'm going to give you is you're going to be a school leaver, if you're still at university or college, is the first thing you need to do is set up a LinkedIn account, because that creates a fantastic foundation for you to really sell yourself when you're going for opportunities, when you're going for jobs. So what LinkedIn is, it's a professional site, and on LinkedIn we can leave you testimonials and recommendations. So for example, if you came to work with the Environment Agency and did some work experience, I would then leave you some feedback on your performance at the Environment Agency and a recommendation and highlight your skills. The other thing you can do there is you can leave a profile yourself at the top of the page about what you're passionate about Who are you as a person? What do you love? You know, what are your key skills that you can offer to organisations? So as I say, get that LinkedIn account set up and get all of those connections. You can send connection requests to organisations that you're interested in and link up with some really important people that you can plug into and learn from. And as I say, get some really good feedback from. The other recommendation is, I think you should, it would be a great idea for you to follow the Environment Agency on LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook to really give you a breadth of the work that we do and understand what our deliverables are. There's lots of entry-level opportunities at the Environment Agency. So, for example, we've got the entry-level programme, the Graduate Engineering Training Programme, Flood and Coastal Engineering Degree Programme, volunteering opportunities, so that's a great way for you to dip your toe in the water and really experience some of the work that we're doing in your area. And then we have apprenticeships, so all the way from GCSE up to master's level. And you know, once you're in the organisation and you're moving around, you can still do apprenticeships, which is absolutely fantastic, which ties in with your career development. So as I say, if you're passionate about the environment and you want to make a difference, we've got some fantastic strategies and plans that we're working with. We've got the EA 2025. So maybe check us out on gov.co.uk to see about the entry opportunities that we have and the work that we're doing, and look at the EA 2025 plan. So that's it. I just want to wish you all the best of luck with your future careers, and do consider the Environment Agency as a place to work.
Thank you to Pam, Sarah and Paul for the great information that you have given so far. It's been so useful to find out all that we can about the Environment Agency. Later on, we will be hearing from Lucy Smith as she gives us some more information on internships and industry placements within the Environment Agency. But first, remember, if you have any questions for any of our speakers today, please leave them in the live chat, which is next to the video player. Once you leave your questions, one of the team will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, if you missed any of the content so far or would like to revisit it, you can find all the content from this week underneath the video player in the on-demand section. They're available to you, your family and friends 24/7, so please look to your leisure. Now, I'm going to hand over to Lucy Smith as she tells us more about internships and industry placements within the Environment Agency. Over to you, Lucy.
Hi, my name is Lucy Smith. I'm 25 and I currently work as a project support officer in the portfolio team in the Environment Agency. So I help the project management by supporting them in two large projects at the EA. One is the National Strategy Project, which is helping to create climate resilient places, climate resilient infrastructure and adapting to flood and coastal change. And the other project is the Flood Risk Management Plan project, which ensures that we are planned for the next flooding events that are on their way. So I help with just project management stuff, so finances, organisation, administration, and then I also volunteer with the BAME network, so the Black Asian Minority Ethnic Network, and I'm also undertaking my project management training with APM, who are a chartered project management body. So my role, there's a really good mix of my day job and that side of things and development too. I got into this role in 2019. I first got into the EA and I did the research-based internship. So I was working with sustainable urban drainage systems and utilising nature-based solutions to make cleaner water and flood-resilient landscapes. So it was a graduate-based role. It was paid. I feel that as in your early career, so many internships are not paid and not very many people can afford to do that. So it utilised my degree and it was a really good first step for me. And it also made me move to Bristol, which I'd never been to before, but it's great. So take all the opportunities that do come your way. And I just want to say that when you're first starting out in your career, I don't think people tell you that it's actually kind of hard, and you will maybe send off 30 applications before you get anything back, or you ask for feedback and they don't give it to you. And yeah, you just need one person to say yes. All of my friends who have great jobs now all went through this process, which takes months, sometimes a year, to get to where you want to be. So don't be disheartened. Just keep going. There's so many graduates. So it's not you, it's just that someone else has more experience than you, and that's why you didn't get a role. And that's okay. And also I learned loads about how to do applications. So I know it's boring, but use STAR. So it's the situation, task, action, response, and reflection. They really help you make sure that you're answering the question. If you're applying for a job and someone's reading your application and you're only telling them what you did, not how you did it, you're not going anywhere. So I look back at some of my older applications and you learn a lot. So make sure you are really answering the question, and it will help, I promise. I chose the EA because as an environmental body, it's a really great place to start. So understanding how the government manages the environment and the stakeholders they work with is a really good place for the beginning of my career. And the EA kind of surprised me. I thought it would only be environmental scientists that are there, but obviously there's every sector, from economists and lawyers to marine specialists and sustainability experts. So it's a great place to learn a lot about what really goes on in making a country more climate resilient. So that's some of the reasons why I chose the EA. There's so many benefits to work here. They're really keen on your development. So yeah, you have your day job to do, but if you have interest in other things, they are super keen on your development, and they will put things in place to make sure that you achieve those things. And it's a really safe space. I've had such fantastic line managers who are as nurturing as they are encouraging. So I can learn at my own pace. I can try things out, and if they don't work, that's okay. And then I can try other things, and sometimes they do work. So, and if I want more, I can ask for more, and I can challenge myself. So yeah, it's just a really safe, great, encouraging place. And yeah, this is my third role at the EA now. So I started with the internship, and then that was 3 months, and then I moved to a groundwater team in Wessex, and that was a fixed term contract, so that was for 12 months. And then when that finished, I then reapplied for a different job, and I got this one. And so the internship as well was a grade 2, and I managed to get a job that was 2 grades above that into the Wessex role, which is really good. And I only applied for these jobs because the staff who I'd known for 2 minutes were saying that you should do it, and they're really encouraging, and they helped me with my application and stuff. So yeah, it's been cool to move around and go from area to national and work out how all those things work. And through that, I completed a master's module at the University of Newcastle about groundwater hydraulics, and I got a wee qualification in that. And I've also done my APM project management course, and that's really well recognised. So those kind of opportunities I wouldn't have got maybe anywhere else, because you know, I've asked for these things that I'm interested to go do, and they're like, yeah, cool, off you go, you can go do them. So yeah, I feel like you're always growing, and you don't really stagnate ever. In the future, I really want to take the experience I've had at the EA and apply this in more of an NGO kind of charity-based environment. I'm really interested in water sustainability and international development, so I'm realistically thinking I'm going to need a master's in that first, but then I'll have my master's and this interesting experience, and experience is sometimes actually better than a master's, so having both would be great. And yeah, I'd really recommend working for the EA. It's really flexible, it's really rewarding, and it's really important work. And I feel like, I know it's something I really care about, so even on, you know, drier admin days when you're time recording or doing something like that, I don't mind, because every piece of work I do is contributing to a better future. So yeah, it's a truly wonderful place to work, and if you feel like working here, then you should. Okay, thanks guys, bye!
Thank you for listening to the Environment Agency's Career Week broadcast. And here is where you can find out more information about our career opportunities. So if you Google Environment Agency jobs, and from there, you will be able to, it will take you straight to our jobs site. If you register for our jobs board, and then sign up for job alerts, and you can click graduate roles, apprenticeship roles, internship roles, whatever takes your fancy, and then you will automatically receive updates via email when those jobs become available. You can also find more information and contact details on the Environment Agency Learn Live page. If you look under each day, there'll be a list of emails and links, and we'll pop some in there for you.
Thank you to Lucy and to all of the other speakers at the Environment Agency that we have heard from today and this week for hosting these great broadcasts. It's been brilliant to hear everybody's experiences and routes to how they have got to where they are today. And thank you to you guys for watching. I hope that something you have heard this week has interested you to pursue a career in the Environment Agency. Remember, if you have any questions for any of the team at the Environment Agency, please leave them in the live chat, which is to the right of the video player. A member of the team will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you want to see more broadcasts such as this, make sure to hit the subscribe button just above so that you can keep up to date with all the information that you need. Don't worry if you missed any of the content from today or this week, as it is all housed in the on-demand section below the video player and is available to you, your family and friends 24/7, so please look to your leisure. That's all from us today. Join us on Monday the 8th of March as we are back with the Environment Agency for British Science Week with some brilliant broadcasts for both primary school and high schools. You won't want to miss it. Stay safe and stay connected.
Welcome to this live chat facility tutorial. We have had a lot of questions recently about the chat facility and how to use it, so let's get into the video. The chat facility is built with students in mind, with a tool that doesn't need to be parent or teacher led. Each of our pages are linked to the person behind the broadcast, even after it's finished, so you can always ask your questions and get a response about the broadcast. So, let's have a look at how to use the chat facility.